Hello everyone, Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench once again. And here we are now, it's November, and I've just remembered I haven't done a monthly roundup, have I? I better get one done. So today is the 7th of November 2025. It is 2 days after bonfire, and luckily all the fireworks have finally gone, I hope. But anyway, moving forward, today is the day when Airfix announced their latest 1/24th release, which is looking gorgeous. I was personally hoping for a Wildcat, but my prayers weren't answered, and we had a little bit of a chat last night on Moss's channel. We had a live stream, and we were all sort of talking about the launch, and they had lightning and thunder, and there could have been a tornado in there, or a typhoon, or a tempest, or whatever. So yeah, it was very interesting, and that was to completely mislead us. And then late last night, somebody actually leaked the information about what it was, and it appeared on Reddit, and certain people were talking about it. I actually thought it was fake. I thought it was something that Airfix had done to make us all think that we were getting this aircraft, and it was actually turned out to be true. And the reason I thought it was fake was because they used the words new mold in the top, and as far as I'm aware, Airfix always use new tool. So I thought maybe it was fake, but turns out it was true. So Airfix have launched as you've seen from the cover, a BF109 G6. So we got a Gustav, and it looks like a beautiful model. So I've been sent a sort of press pack, as it were. So I'm going to go through some slides now, and we'll have a quick look through and talk about the different options and some of the details in there and everything. And you can make your own mind up. I will definitely be getting one of these, and I will build it out of the box just like we did with the Spitfire, and maybe this time use some magnets or something to put the engine covers on or whatever. I'm not sure. It does say in the literature that you can build it with or without the engine, so that's good. So if you want to just close it up, then you can, and not have to worry about building the engine. I'm not sure if you actually use the core of the engine. If you don't, if it's a separate piece, then you could actually build the engine and have it in a separate display should you wish. But it does look like a beautiful model, and well worth the asking price in my opinion. So without further ado, let's get some slides up, have a look, and have a little talk about it. Okay, so I'm sorry if you can hear a bit of a hum in the background. It's because I've got my computer on and I'm actually going through screenshots when I read them out to you. So that's why you can hear like a humming in the background, and you also hear me clicking the mouse between slides as well. So here we are. This is the box art. As you can see, the kit number is A17003, 1/24 scale, BF109G 5G6, and lovely box art there with it in flying sort of across the screen, and we got some B-17s going in the opposite direction, and there's what looks like a Spitfire in the background there. I think it's a Spitfire. I can't quite make it out, but there we go. Looks very, very nice indeed. It looks like they're just entering the if you look at the scenery in the background, just looks like they're entering the coastline of France or whatever. So yeah, lovely box art. So here we have some history about the aircraft itself. Yeah, I won't read it all out, but you can pause it and read it all if you want to. But it gives you a basic sort of simple breakdown of what the Gustav was all about. And also it talks about the older versions there as well. So here is the screenshot that was leaked last night, unfortunately. And you can see up in the top there, it says new mold. Mold is not spelled correctly for a mold tool. It should be M-O-L-D, I believe. I believe that spelling of mold is the black stuff you get around the corner of the bath if you don't clean it. But I'm sure there's going to be arguments about that. So you can see here, kit number A17003, released now, scale is 1/24th, recommended retail price $99.99, which I think is extremely reasonable when you look at the price of kits these days. And you know, when you consider they were asking, what was it, 75, 80 pounds for a 48 scale Buccaneer, I think this is a bargain. It's got 406 parts, which is a lovely part count. It's going to be a very detailed model. You've got 5 decal schemes, which is brilliant. Wingspan 414mm, length of 378mm. You've got the box size there, and it's going to be a quantity of shipper of 1. So that means you're going to get a nice rigid cardboard box. And knowing Airfix, this box will probably be quite rigid as well. Just looking at the size, yeah, that's going back to the old-fashioned sort of rigid cardboard rather than the softer cardboard that we had with the Spitfire. If you remember, that was the British-made kit. So something a bit strange here, and we'll cover that again in a second. Exclusive pre-cut masking sheet included, contains masks for all exterior glazing and some paint marking options, e.g. spinner spirals. So that's a nice touch to have, so you can paint them rather than use decals. And you've got a 44-page colour instruction manual, including detailed technical information, scheme histories and parts diagrams. So that's really good. Parts diagrams, I wonder if that means a sprue map. If one of their first kits ever to have a sprue map, other than the starter sets. So here we've got the main thing all about the model. Model build options and features: can be built with or without the fully detailed DB605 engine. Engine cowlings and oil cooler can be posed in open or closed. So obviously they're not going to be hinged, but you could actually probably make some hinges for it if you want to. It's going to be that big that you could do it. And what I don't know is if it's able to have the fully detailed engine and have the cowlings closed. If they've gone for the absolute ultimate in accuracy, that will not be the case, because obviously on the real aircraft, the engine cowlings were made from sheet aluminium or aluminum, and these will have to be made from plastic. So in scale, they would have to be sort of 0.1 millimeter thick, which means they would be like about as rigid as paper. So yeah, so it may be that they can't have them closed. If you can't have them closed, then you can remove material from the inside of them or whatever, fit them with magnets or whatever. But we shall see when we get one. Got a choice of two types of engine cowlings, MTT and Erla. Not exactly sure what that means, but there we go. Canopy can be posed, easy for you to say. Canopy can be posed open or closed. And there are two types of canopy. There's the high altitude and the normal canopy included. Additional engine and cockpit parts included for G5, which is the pressurized cockpit version. Optional 300 litre fuel tank and wing cannon gondolas. So it's nice. Ailerons, elevators and rudder can be offset to add life to the model. So they're probably not going to be moving, but they will be positionable, it sounds like. Radiator and wing flap position can be customized. Many optional parts to suit specific aircraft builds, such as rudder pedals, gun sights, trim wheels, instrument panels, undercarriage wheels, tyres and windscreens. Lots of parts for the spares bin by the sound of it. Detailed nose armament with machine guns, gun mounted ammunition boxes included. Slide molding used to allow the capture of fine detail on engine cowlings, fuselage exhausts and gun barrels. So it looks like Airfix have taken another step forward in their production processes. So it's sounding really good. There's a nice detailed image of it there. You can see a close-up there of the engine on the right, which is very nice. And you can see we've got flaps down, positionable, probably, not movable, but positionable. And you can see there they've gone for the open engine cowling option. And I think that's version 1 in the instructions with the yellow air intake on the engine there. But beautiful mottled camouflage, very, very nice indeed. And you can see there the cannon gondola underneath the wing there on the top with the cover removed, so you can see the cannon inside there. Here you can see detailed view of the cockpit. This is looking from the back down, and before anybody says about the seam line in the fuselage behind the cockpit, that's supposed to be there. There is a seam line on a 109. And you can see you've got the fuel line there on the right hand side, and we've got the Jubilee clips and the clamps all nicely moulded in and painted there. And yeah, very, very nice indeed. It's all looking very, very clean, this one. Obviously people will weather theirs. People generally weather the living daylights out of 109s, don't they? And you can see the headrest there staying in the canopy and the antenna behind. So very, very nice. Clear parts look very, very good. Something Airfix is very good at lately is clear parts. So yes, it's looking lovely, isn't it? Recessed rivet detail, as you can see in there. So yes, looks very nice indeed. And then here's two of the surprise options. You've got an RAF version. I'm doing inverted commas, finger signs, and a US Air Force version as well. I think that one was based in Sicily, the US one there, but you can see it's basically a German camouflage with it all coloured out in red, and then the American stars put on there. So, or Allied stars is that, should I say. And then here we have two German options. So we've got the, is that the G5 there on the right? I believe that is the G5 on the right, or is it? I'm not sure. But there's two colour schemes there for the German schemes, or Luftwaffe scheme, should I say. And you can see these are all closed up with the canopy open. And then here we're going on to some, I don't know if it's CAD models or what, but they're drawings. They're not photographs, they're actual drawings. So you can see there's an instrument panel there. So there's the, you got the yellow hand and the red pull handles there. We've got the gun sight up on the top and the gauge is all nicely done. Looks like the seat has possibly got those lovely plastic moulded seat belts again. So we'll be able to thin those out just like we did on the Spitfire and make them look accurate. But if you really want to go to town, get your HGW or your Airscale ones and use them instead. But yeah, it's looking very, very nice. I'm hoping that fuel line is made of a clear part and they haven't made the mistake that Revell made when they did theirs. I've talked about this on numerous occasions. And Revell made that fuel line from clear plastic so that you could get the clear sight there next to the pilot so he could see the fuel flowing. But the problem was they put the sprue gate on the only part that you leave clear. They didn't put the sprue gate on the black or yellow parts, they put it on the clear part. So yeah, big mistake by them. And we can see we've got all little trim tabs and wheels and bits and pieces there. So very, very nice indeed. And then here's the engine again. This is drawings, and we've got the overall there in the middle, and then we've got the four plan views, or the four views down the right hand side. So those exhausts look very, very nice with the weld seams on them. I think we mentioned earlier there's slide moulding involved. By the way, if you are going to Telford this weekend, or Scale Model World as some people like to call it, this kit I believe is going to be on display. So and there'll be sprues for you to fond and everything. And then there's the 5 versions. So we've got a BF 109 G6 Trop, based in Sicily. We've got a the Allied captured one there in Pacino, Sicily, summer 43. So is that okay? So that's cool. The first option is the aircraft, and then the second option, or the aircraft as owned by the Luftwaffe, and then the second option is that actual aircraft but captured. So there we go. So it was taken over by the 57th Fighter Group. There's probably a lot to read about that. And then we've got, oh, okay, they then brought it back to England. So the same aircraft again, 15270, and that one is RAF Collie Western, England, April 44. So you can see there you've got 3 schemes of the same aircraft. So they've gone down the Sea King sort of route again. That's very good, very cool, very clever. And then here we've got, I'll have to have a look at my Wing Leader Productions book covering this aircraft, because it's probably all the story about it in there. Messerschmitt Bf 109 G6, work number 166224, white 10 plus, and that one's from France in August 44. And then here we've got the G5, which is from Ludwiglust in Germany, February 1944. And you can see the G5s there, got the drop tank on it. And you can see the one above there, the G6 166224, has got the high altitude canopy on it. So there we go. So there's your 5 schemes out of the box, and lovely. And those will be cartograph decals, so they will be absolutely gorgeous. And then here finally, this is very strange, this one. This is the masking set. Now, if you remember, when we go back to the beginning, we said that there is a masking set included which covers all the canopies and the spinner and everything. And then here, Airfix have made a masking set for it. So I don't know why they've made a masking set for a kit they're giving you a masking set with. So I don't get it, but they have. So there it is. It's $9.99. Part number is A65009. I don't know why they've done it. It could be that only the first 1,000 kits get the masking set in there or something. I'm sure something will come out, but I really don't know why they have made a masking set for a kit they've given you a masking set with, but we shall see. Okay, here we go. This is it. I can see it now. I've just read it. Glazing internal mask not included in the kit. So that's how they're going about that one. So you're getting the internal mask, which on this scale is a must. I will probably get this masking set as well. So in that case, I think it's worth it. You'll also have spare masks, so if you do cock up, then you're okay. You've also got wheel masks in here as well. So there we are. There we go. What do you think of that? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. As I said, I would much rather have seen a Wildcat or a Corsair. But But you know, what other options have we got in 24 scale for 109? You got the old Airfix kit, and I believe Trumpeter did one. But a brand new tooling with mass and everything for 99 quid, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? So I will definitely be getting one, and I will definitely be building it on the channel, which I know a lot of you will be very pleased about, because I haven't done an airplane for ages. So there we go. So if, as I say, if you are going to Telford this weekend, or Scale Model World, it will be on display there. And there'll be boxes for you to fondle. And I do believe Moss, today, as I say, Friday the 7th of November, I think this evening Moss is going to be putting a video out where he'll be going through the box. They're going to give him a kit to make a video of. So have a good look at that and you'll enjoy. But yeah, 400 odd parts, that's going to be a really nice build. And I'm glad we clarified that about the masks in the end. I'm glad, I should have read that before I made the video, I'm sorry. But yeah, clearly you're getting tail wheel masks, main wheel masks, and internal glazing and the armour panel. So that's why they've made the mask set. That's why we get one of those as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that. Any questions or comments, stick them down below. And if you are going to Telford, go and have a good look at it, because it's probably going to be a beauty. I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.